Hey guys, so Ross RC here. So woke up this morning. I was gonna work on my ECX Ruckus. I snapped another one of these drive shafts again, and probably the fifth or sixth one since I've gotten this truck. I do have a box of spares, and I did buy a couple of them, but I ran out of the inner part. I have the outer shaft here, this half shaft on the transmission side, but I ran out of the shaft on the other side, which is kind of unfortunate because I do have quite a few more of these laying around, except for that piece that I need. So I told myself before, if I ran out of spare, I'm gonna have to upgrade to either the Traxxas drive shaft or some sort of universal 1/10 scale drive shafts. But anyway, there was another problem that I've kind of recognized quite a while back. I just didn't get a chance to get to it. The the rear A-arm design is actually not the greatest. I think I attributed at least half of my breakage here on the drive shafts, and the reason I say that is I've everything kind of taken apart here. The a lot of rocks and debris can get trapped on these openings here, and especially in this little hole here. And you can see, just for as an example here, see all these scratch marks? That's, a piece of rock or a piece of something getting caught here, and it ends up just kind of grinding and cutting your drive shaft. So I've had at least 2 or 3 drive shafts just pretty much sliced in half because of that. And of course, I mean, the drive shaft does have issues, right? The little the years here, they do snap pretty often. But then again, if your shaft breaks, probably a quarter or a third of the time is due to something getting trapped here. Now, I bought the RPM rear arms replacement quite a while ago, because pretty much I've broken all the suspension part. Anything that RPM has a replacement for, I've replaced. As soon as the part breaks. This part I kind of haven't touched because, I kind of noticed that would be a pain in the butt to actually swap out the rear AR. I mean, in general, the 1/10 scale ECX is very easy to work on. Actually, a lot of parts are very accessible, very easy to maintain. And this is part just couldn't figure out a quick way to swap, so I was gonna leave them until later. And this morning, like I said, I noticed I ran out of parts, and I said, alright, fine, let me at least replace the rear arm, and it was a pain in the butt. As you can see, I kind of took apart pretty much the entire rear end of the truck. All the little pieces had to come out. The reason is the hinge pins here is, it goes into the back of this suspension hinge pin holder, and it's got a little grub screw up front. Now, there's no opening in the back for me to kind of push the pins forward so I can actually get the A-arms out. And this thing, there's 2 screws at the bottom of this that you can loosen so you can remove this part. But with everything in place, you can't bend the hinge pin, so there's really no give here. So I was stuck for quite a while. I was like, oh man, how do I even take the pins out without actually having to break? If I were to break the A-arms here, snap it, I could put a little pair of pliers in there and kind of push the pins forward. But eventually I realized, I just, it's a tip for you guys. I just went like this a few times, and the pins kind of started sliding out. That's if you don't have a lot of grimes and dirt, and it's not rusted. Mine, luckily mine was still pretty smooth, and it was able to kind of come out just by doing this. And yeah, that took me a while to figure that out, because I said I thought it would be quick, but I had to have to pretty much disassemble the whole rear end, which it's not a bad thing. I can clean a couple of things here and there, but eventually I had to go down all the way to this little piece to be able to actually do that and get the pins out. So just want to give you a quick tip here. If ever you need to replace your rear A-arm, and the A-arms, I've never broken this part, so it's fairly strong. The front I've broken a couple of times, but like I said, for going to RPM for this reason is not just due to breakage. It's really the openings are a lot bigger, so it's the chance of something getting caught on the A-arm, which will eventually shave off your rear shaft, has decreased quite a bit by the RPM design. So I'm going to swap this out, and I'm going to make a decision right now. I just want to buy that little half shaft. I'll see if I can get something cheap for a few bucks, or I'll just have to go start shopping for, maybe I'll just go directly to the Traxxas shaft and see how it works, or maybe even metal ones. I'm not even sure. Anyway, so I just want to give you a quick video of what I did this morning.